There are metal bands that I don't know that have like existed here for like 40 years.
Yeah.
Like you guys have Asshole Parade in Central Florida, and I'm like, what? Like I know, why do I know that band, and why do I not know half of the other bands you guys play with? Like you guys have done it. You are a mainstay in like the metal scene now. You guys are with the Glorious Rebellion, and you guys are with Demon Fuck. You guys have played together. How do you guys keep being popular while other bands are doing the exact same thing but not hitting? What do you think it is?
Bribery?
Payola?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt. Okay.
Works for politicians, can work for bands too. You know?
Bribery and nepotism.
Right.
I don't think we have any of that, honestly. Yeah, there's one thing we don't have in our band. It's nepotism.
Well, darn.
Yeah.
Well, good.
I'd love some. No, we don't have any.
Oh, shoot. In due time, hopefully.
Nice. I think it's really just the fact that, like we just said before, there aren't really a lot of other bands in Central Florida, per se, doing anything really doom. There's Druid Lord. Our friends Royal Graves are kind of like a super doomy post-rock kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
There's some other doom bands in Florida, but this is just what came out of us. It's what we wanted to do. We all love Black Sabbath and Tool and ISIS and a handful of Mastodon and a bunch of stuff like that. And quite frankly, we just keep playing because some people seem to like us and they give us the chance to play with these bands.
Yeah, you guys are headlining tonight.
Shout out to Marshall, here with Montgomery Drive, and Will's Pub hooks us up a lot with a lot of good shows. Pete did in Doxa. I mean, that's why we get to play with like Torch and Galactic Empire and The Obsessed and bands like that.
I was at The
People are
Obsessed,
helping us, so thank God for that.
It was a good show.
That was the first show that I ever saw any Doom in Orlando. I think maybe like 4 years back I had seen a Doom Mandel band that just came through. I think it was Thou. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Thou?
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. I almost bought their album today. I'm trying to get the CD player. When you're in the car, you have the one CD if you're like on I-4 and you can't get to the phone to change. Like, God damn it, I don't want to hear this one Baroness song. I need to hear Acid Church. And that's the kind of moment where just an easy, old school, just take it out. I'm on I-4. I'm not
Wait,
killing
how old is your car?
My 2011?
And you don't have a Bluetooth stereo in it?
No, it didn't.
Really?
Apparently, when I went from a Prius that had like the highest end shit.
Right.
Like it was like a $35,000 Prius.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I bought this other car because a Prius cost like $3,500 to repair.
Wow.
So I went from like keyless entry, walking up, and all that shit. This is a podcast, guys. You don't have to act like the band. You can just be people. So you're like, there's like the nervousness here.
I'm fine.
Cool.
I don't.
I was talking
think
about Pat, the guy who's not on the microphone.
Yeah, Pat, what's up?
So, I want to ask is, how many instruments do you guys know how to play? How much do you like?
Is it Doom?
Like
Drummer man. I'm sorry. How many other instruments do you know how to play, Josh?
Yeah.
All I know how to do is drum and sing and play various drums, so I'm more one-dimensional that way.
How did you get into drumming specifically? Was it something in high school that drew you, or was it like, I don't know, band?
Just listen. No, I didn't play in school. I didn't start playing until I was 20. I loved music. I loved drums. I would sit and listen to records by myself, like albums, Zeppelin and Sabbath and
Nice.
Stone Temple Pilots and Metallica and Alice in Chains back in the 90s, Tool back in the 90s, Rage Against the Machine and stuff. And I would just sit and try to figure out with drumsticks and air drum what the drummers were doing. I did that for like years on my own, and then I finally just was like, no, I can do this. And I went and bought some drums and I started playing, and I started a band.
Nice. So you're the founding member.
Not in this band. That was 20 years ago.
Oh, I gotcha. I'm still new, so I don't know
the good old
everybody's-
days.
That's cool, man.
All right. What about you, sir?
I play bass primarily. When I was in middle school, I played trombone and baritone. So that's about it. I mean, and guitar, I've tried to play guitar. It's just a little difficult for me. Just the whole thing. It's a different animal.
Yeah, it is.
6 versus 4.
Yeah, it is.
Too many strings, man.
It's too many strings.
Confusing.
It's way confusing. There's all these other options. Who needs why? It's too much.
Needs it? Like I play the guitar, bass, and
Nice.
now the ukulele. What I figured, how I played the guitar primarily, and how I migrated from the guitar to the bass was my dad told me, think of the bass as the bottom 4 strings of the guitar, because you pluck each string individually, the bottom 4 strings on the guitar and the bass, and they sound the same.
Right.
That's what I figured out, but it's such a different animal. When I played the bass, I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
This is not easy.
But
It's weird getting used to.
It can be both a rhythm/percussive instrument, depending on what style you play. A lot of people that play with their fingers and slap and pop make more of a percussive sound on it, as well as they do jazz runs and whatnot. So it's a really very versatile instrument. You have people that can solo on it. You know, it's a great instrument. I love bass, and that's why I just play bass, is because I love it so much.
And a benefit.
I can't wait to hear you play.
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
And a benefit of being the bass player as well is it minimizes the amount of sound boxes that you want to search. You know what I mean? Like you can do a fuzz. We'll get into it in a second. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about because he knows where this is going already. See, in the world of bass, you're limited with how many different effects that you can
Oh,
have.
am I?
His board's bigger.
Is that what you think?
His board is a lot.
Oh
bigger than
man, I've seen some bass action. I believe him. I believe him.
I'm saying you can use any effects for a guitar on a bass, but the sense of like searching for that next sound. Do you have that addiction too?
Oh, I have tons of pedals. I'm always looking for new ones.
Okay.
But I'm
All
not
right.
limited to just bass pedals.
I don't think he's playing any effects that he did when I met him now.
No, I'm not.
Actually, I think the only thing you're playing when we got together originally are the basses themselves. I think
Yeah.
your cabs and
Oh no, you're still running the big
your cabs and your
Now the Big Muff's off the board.
it is?
Yeah, I took it off.
Oh yeah,
It's gone.
Which version of the Big Muff did you have?
It was the Big Muff bass pie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I never played out of one. I always just imagine what it would sound.
It's got the bass. It's got the bass boost switch on it,
Yeah.
which lets you beef up the bottom end. But I grew kind of tired of it because it has too boomy of a sound, and I wanted a more tighter fuzz. So that's why I used the Dark Glass Duality fuzz engine, because that thing is a monster, and I love it.
That's
I love that company. They put out some amazing bass pedals, and I have two of them, and I love them.
You'll have to pitch me the name after the show.
Sure,
then.
absolutely.
I'm always like, my new thing is I don't even have a guitar head yet,
Uh-huh.
and I'm already looking for my fifth pedal on the board that shouldn't exist yet.
Right.
But what I already have is the V-Rex Fuzz Factory,
Uh-huh.
and then we bought some components and decided to build a Hellmouth on acid.
Oh, nice.
Basically, we got his chipboard
Right.
from him during his fucking Christmas sales or whatever. 'cause He
Nice.
just didn't want to make them anymore for
Uh-huh.
like 2 weeks. So I got one of those. We just started beefing this shit up to be like I don't even know what the fuck it was supposed to be originally, an HM2 or
Right.
Like it now time to talk to the guitarist. I did that dramatic pause for a reason.
Oh.
So what pedals are on your board, sir? And what inspired you to play guitar?
I started playing piano when I was a kid, and then my friends started a band, and I decided I wanted to play guitar instead. So that just kind of started that. Now I play guitar, bass, piano. I dabble in drums. But yeah,
That's
it's fun.
Really? Piano, you said?
how long have you been playing?
Oh, wow.
I've been playing guitar 15, 16 years now.
Oh, wow. We definitely got to get together sometime.
Okay.
Yeah, about the same time frame.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Let's jam.
Yeah.
That was his whole thing tonight when we were sitting talking about, hey, we're gonna go interview a band. This is like our second show, but I've been doing this shit for like 3 years.
Right.
So essentially, he kind of texted me. He goes, "Oh my god, we're gonna meet a band!" And I mean, it was like if you guys were fucking George Clinton, he would be excited. You know what I mean? It would have, or
I'd
if
be
it was-
excited.
I'd be excited being George Clinton.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Oh, what the fuck?
Okay, let me rephrase. All right, Carrot Top and Winter Park. That's how
I've actually seen Carrot Top before. I've met him before.
I've seen him running.
Yeah.
I bet that is the
His
scariest
best friend
thing.
is actually a friend of mine.
Really.
Really?
I feel really off key now. Like, all right, friends of friends who are of Carrot Top. I'm sorry.
I've hung out with his brother back at the Copper Rocket back in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking.
We have to do a longer podcast.
I definitely have to go there more
I
often.
could tell you some stories about that. I just really don't want to talk about them on the air.
Okay. All right.
Those are okay. We'll still have the mics on. You just won't know it. Holding it up to your face.
Okay.
Hot mics. Love hot mics.
Yeah.
We'll get a few of these broken Behringers over here that happen to make the fucking board tonight.
They're just sitting there.
So we have to ask, what is next for Electric Dawn? You guys have done your first 5-song would you call it an EP or an album at this point?
It's 6 songs. It's a full length.
6. Okay, cool. Yeah, Doom records now are getting shorter in tracks but longer in songs, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool and
Yeah.
kind of not, because you're like, I really want to hear that riff in 4 minutes and 32 seconds, and I don't know where I was going with that. The reason why I prompt that up is we were listening to basically his intro to Doom on the way here. We were
Yeah.
listening to Electric Wizard Funeralopolis, and you know how
Ooh, yeah.
the first 2 minutes song on the light kind of do 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 do.
Oh, yeah.
And I was immediately familiarized with it when I was like, I remember this kind of sound. I mean,
Yeah.
I dig it. Like it's stuff like my dad used to have me listen when I was growing up.
Yep.
So I was listening to all the classic rock stations with him, like Pink Floyd, Zeppelin was one of the main things that got me into playing guitar, and of course Black Sabbath. And
Right.
a lot of
So
Ozzy.
for me, it's my mom. My mom listened to all that stuff. My mom got to see Black Sabbath with Ozzy in 1971 at the Rubber Bowl in Akron, Ohio. We're from Cleveland originally, so she went in 1971 and saw freaking Black Sabbath with Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, the original lineup. You know, she got to see the Stones. Yeah, she got to see the Stones. She got to see in the early '70s Santana, Chicago. Before Peter Cetera turned it into a wuss band.
Santana's a monster.
But yeah, so I got some. My mom listened to some good music, so that's what she got me into growing
Dude,
up.
friggin', I love that about
Hell
it.
yeah.
You know, hail to the old school.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Which one of you is the punk rocker of the group, would you say? Which one listens to Under Oath and doesn't tell the other members?
I used to listen to Under Oath.
Fair enough, we found the guy.
It was a long time ago.
Did you hear they say fuck now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like a metalcore band again,
Oh, right
except
on.
they decided that Christianity was not cool anymore, and you know it didn't go with their new swag, so they had to basically change up. You guys have a T-shirt. I love it because of how simple it is. I love the shit out of it. I'm gonna take a picture of it tonight. I'm guessing you're gonna have merch tonight.
Yeah, we have it here.
All right. What time do you guys actually go on? Because this is gonna go up in a few minutes.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. So you still have time to make it to Old 64. What's the bar patio called? I don't remember.
64 North.
Oh, it's just all 64 North?
It's 64 North to get you come through 64 North to get back to the patio.
All right. And if you are a little older and don't know what Old 64 is, barbecue bar.
That's right.
All right.
And we're going to be playing the album in its entirety tonight. So
Fantastic.
special treat for everybody.
Okay.
Do you guys have older material before the album?
No.
No backtracks?
No, that is our old material.
That is
Yeah.
old and new.
We've got new. We're just not playing it tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys for coming and sitting down and, sharing no beers or just water right now. I guess everybody's on. Enjoying Dope Smoker, which was playing behind us for a good 20 minutes during
Oh, yeah.
this whole thing.
Hey, thanks for having us on.
Thank you very much.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Love
All right,
that.
guys. We're signing off. One Salty Cult. All right. Bye.